Plants vs. Zombies. This game was stupid popular. I'm sure I'm not the only one who can say this yet, but when
I see a bunch of Plants vs. Zombies retrospective videos on YouTube show up occasionally, and I want to take a moment to look at how dirty these videos do the franchise and the general lack of research that goes into them. I'm going to be looking at the Beaks video due to being super recent, and it's a prime example of what misinformation and the lack of research can do.
However, if we go over to Google Trends and search up the word Plants vs. Zombies, as you can see, this graph, it doesn't really look the best now, does it?
Off to a hot start, but Google Trends is not the most accurate way to see general interest. Using a different search like PvZ instead of spelling it out in Google Trends will show a much higher and different result.
Is the art style and music in Plants vs. Zombies. Oh my god, this soundtrack, yeah? Absolute banger.
Kind of a nitpick, but why did you not use the proper title of the song? It's called Loon Boom. You could literally just Google PvZ minigame song and you would find it. Why did you not bother doing that? The same goes for the Dr. Zomboss portion. It's not Dr. Zomboss battle theme. It's Brainiac Maniac. It takes 10 seconds to do this.
It's 2013, there I was. I had just got done playing some Plants vs. Zombies and, oh, what's this? One of my favorite mobile games is getting a sequel?
Plants vs. Zombies was not a mobile game. It has a mobile port, but it's not a mobile game. The game was first released on PC.
One of my favorite things about the first game was the music used in the special stages of that game. Genuinely, I sometimes even use it for background music in my videos. So let's compare this music from the first game to what happens in the second game.
While thinking a game's soundtrack is good or bad is subjective, could you at least be fair? You used Loon Boom, which is a more high-paced and intense song, and compared it to Ancient Egypt Wave 1, which is incredibly slow and way calmer. You could have used something like the music from Neon Mixtape Tour, or even Modern Day, where those worlds have some incredible bangers, but I doubt you even got that far in the game to hear them.
The gameplay of Plants vs. Zombies 2, it's not a problem, but there is one massive problem with Plants vs. Zombies 2, and it's all thanks to two letters. As we all know, EA are very, very greedy. If you can think of a way for EA to make money on something, don't worry, mate, they've already done it.
Wow, more evidence that this guy didn't do his research. If he did any research at all, the oral history of PopCapus proves this.
PvZ 2 came out and it's a tablet mobile thing first, and like they're like, well, look at what EA did. I'm like, I think the most misconception is that EA forced any of that on us. Like, that was most of those choices, if anything, were all internal choices that were chosen long before we ever got bought out.
But then Battle for Neighborville came out. For some reason, instead of expanding on the proven formula of Garden Warfare 1 and 2, you know, games that people actually really enjoyed, for some reason, Battle for Neighborville is a more PvE-focused game. Why would you do this?
Did you even play Battle for Neighborville? The game's description on the store literally says PvP. Almost every content update to this game only added content related to PvP.
I still really don't understand. If you wanted to make a PvE game, you've already got one. It's called Plants vs. Zombies. You know, those tower defense games you made that were stupid popular? You made 2 of them. If you want to make a PvE game, why not just make a 3rd PvE tower defense?
Although BFN is still not a PvE game, there's a clear difference between third person and tower defense.
Plants vs. Zombies Heroes is a Hearthstone type of card game that, well, this game just doesn't exist. Apparently, this game was released on the 18th of October 2016, meaning that it was apparently released before Battle for Neighborville. But look around you, mate. I mean, do you know anybody who's ever played Plants vs. Zombies Heroes? Exactly. No one's ever played this game before.
Really? Literally, just searching it up on YouTube shows that people do play it, considering videos on it, old and recent, still get thousands of views.
Plants vs. Zombies, it started as a really fun, well-made tower defense game. Then there was a sequel. Then there were first-person PvP shooters that they actually really liked them. But okay, step in the right direction, I guess. But then, for some reason, apparently a game called Plants vs. Zombies Heroes came up, which was a Hearthstone style of game.
Expanding and going into new genres is what keeps a franchise fresh. If you don't take the risk of trying something new, the same thing will get tiring and boring. Garden Warfare was a huge risk, but it paid off because people liked it and it was well made. But apparently, when Popcat tries something new with Heroes, it's bad? Make up your mind, dude. Thanks for sticking along if you got this far into the video. I made this because I am tired of the slander Plants vs. Zombies receives from big YouTubers that don't do their research and just talk garbage about all the newer games except for PvZ 1.